terrific question on the discussion boards. If in fact behavioral insights is so widely applicable and it returns fairly interesting, significant results for fairly low-cost interventions, what are governments doing about it? So let me spend a few minutes on what I know about governments and their use of behavioral insights. Perhaps the pioneer in this entire field was the UK government, and I think it's now 6 or 7 years that they set up the Behavioural Insights team, which was part of the Cabinet Office back then, and has subsequently been spun off as a not-for-profit to advise and work with various government departments in the UK on behavioural interventions. And then since then, several other governments have followed suit. So we know, for example, here in Canada, the province of Ontario has their own BIU, the Behavioural Insights Unit, which operates within the Treasury Board of the Ontario government. At the federal level, the Privy Council Office, which is the equivalent of the UK Cabinet Office, has an innovation hub, part of which is the Behavioural Insights Group. And then south of the border in Washington, D.C., the White House has an SBST, the Social and Behavioral Sciences team, and they recently published a report on some of their trials as well. In fact, in September last year, 2015, President Obama issued an executive order talking about the importance of behavioral science and that it was imperative for government departments to actually use that. There have been other world entities that have set up these kind of units. So, for example, recently the World Bank have their own unit. It's called GINI, Global Insights Initiative. And that too has been set up with the goal of embedding behavioral insights and experimental work within the context of World Bank and its activities all across the world. We've heard of departments in Singapore, government departments in Singapore, Australia, and more recently Denmark, that have also started using behavioral insights either formally or as formally as separate units, or within the context of their existing administrative infrastructure. So is behavioral insights making its way into governments? Absolutely yes. Is it starting to make a difference? I think we have early evidence showing that it is. In fact, if you just go to the web pages of the BIT or the Ontario unit in Canada or the SBST in the US, you'll see examples of successes. Can all these units work together? I think that's something that remains to be seen. There are lots of problems that are truly global in nature, and perhaps the next big thing is for all of these units across governments all across the world working together to tackle a problem of international importance. So that's a quick look on what's been happening, and we'll have more details on all of those units in BE 101X.